Greetings, YouTube. Today's story comes out of Cuba. The evangelical church has gained huge amount of political power in Cuba, and LGBTQ people are dealing with the consequences. A year ago, most LGBTQ Cubans would have been eagerly anticipating the expected legalization of same-sex marriage. In July 2018, the Cuban National Assembly proposed a new constitution that included amended language, Article 68, that would make same-sex marriage legal. But that December, the government withdrew the amendment from the draft, largely because of strong backlash from evangelical churches. The new Evangelical Alliance is geared up for a renewed fight against marriage equality. In 2020, the government will reconsider the family code within the Constitution. So once again, social conservatism rears its ugly, vile head and decides to ruin lives in the name of their God. Now, again, I have to keep saying this because it seems to not get across to folks. If you want to live a life abiding by a set of socially conservative codes, go ahead. I think you're wrong, and I think you're doing things to harm yourself by doing that. But that's your right to do so. But if you attempt to impose your socially conservative worldview upon other people, you are morally and ethically bankrupt. And if you're trying to use the secular government to achieve those ends, you've cracked it to 11. You've shown that you have absolutely no empathy, sympathy, or compassion for your fellow humans. None. You are only concerned about your own well-being and the goals that you have decided need to be imposed upon the world around you. Social conservatism is a disease, and you are a fucking vector. And we need to rein you in so you stop hurting people. Because social conservatism is ruining lives and costing human lives. People are being refused health care, are being refused places to live and to work because they don't live in countries that defend their rights. In some cases, they're being thrown in prison for being gay or being executed for being gay. Your social conservatism is evil, and it is killing people. Now, I understand that you don't really consider them people because they're not straight. They're not cisgender. So maybe you don't care that you're killing gay people and bi people and trans people. Maybe you're okay with that. That again would be an indictment of your religious worldview and your social conservatism. But the U.S. is really good at exporting hate. And the best way we seem to achieve that end is through religion. And in particular, the evangelical branches and Catholicism. Both those branches of Christianity have exported hate in one degree or another that are costing human lives and ruining others. Social conservatism is a disease, and we need to get rid of it. We need to convince the people who are currently spreading it that they need to stop. I'm not sure how we do that. We obviously can't appeal to their humanity. They don't have any. Because if they did, they would stop trying to export hatred to the world at large and stop trying to rip the civil liberties and human rights away from other humans. But they're okay with that. So I'm not sure what we do. It's possible to be a theist and not be a bigot. I know. I am both a theist and not a bigot. But Catholics and evangelical Christians seem to be baffled by this concept. I'm hoping we can figure out some means of convincing them to stop doing what they're doing. Right now, I'm out of answers. But what I do know is if you're trying to export hatred, your God is wrong and you're wrong.